Locked into the People Station, Power 94 WJTT, blazing hip hop and R&B, and my man Mimms up in the studio with me.
I always got to do my signature whenever somebody says Mimms, because
we be doing it. You know, when we talk about the music, we do you.
Man, there we is. Obviously, like I said, I got an album coming out April 7th called Guilt. I got to drill that in people's mind. Make sure y'all write that down in your calendar. The album will be in stores April 7th, and you can hit me up on many outlets. Mimmsmusic.net is one of my websites, or you can hit me up anywhere, MySpace, Facebook. I'm on every website. Okay. Mimmsmusic.net.
All right. Your new album, like you said, we were talking about some of the cats that you're working with. Like you said, sometimes folks say, "Hey, who's on the album, man? Who'd you get?" And I know you got a different philosophy.
Yeah, I got a different approach. My approach really is, I want to bring talent up with me. So when you listen to a Mimms album, if you listen to the last Music Is My Savior album, you're not only supporting me as an artist, but I put a lot of brand new talented producers on my album. So you don't look at my track list and say, and there's no disrespect to anybody, but you don't see Neptunes, you don't see Timbaland, you don't see Dr. Dre, and those dudes are pioneers. I respect them, I love them, I appreciate them, I admire them, I admire their music. But as a businessman and as a musician and someone who's always willing to kind of reach down and give back to fellow musicians, I got new cats that I'm introducing. This album right here, the Guilt album, I'm working with some new cats called the Interns, fresh out of Chicago, brand new production crew. They did about 8 records on my album. The way we met was basically, I heard some records. My business partner said he's got some producers that are nice. They haven't really worked on much of anything yet, but they are talented. And I said, fly him out to come see me, fly him into my personal studio, and let's work with him. And the rest is history. So for all the cats out there inspiring to get in the game, I don't want to make it sound like it's easy, right? But it's just about believing in your music and being in the right situation, being blessed to be in the right situation at the right time. Right. And that's what I pride myself on that. So hopefully a lot of other artists out there will kind of take that same respect to say, look, while I come up, let me bring somebody else up on the production side. Let's work together.
And you know what else too, man? Because I would assume that when you pass it around like that, like you said, you got a repertoire of cats now that you can go back to. Yeah. And not only have you put them on the map, then they're working with other folks. I mean, I think that's just the way the industry is gonna. Its longevity is exactly. It's in that.
And it's always finding the newest talent. Also, it's always saying, you know what? It's not about taking credit for discovering anybody, but it's always being able to say, the Interns. Yeah, I worked with them on my first album. I introduced them to the game, and look at them now, like they're crazy. The Blackout Movement. They did This Is Why I'm Hot for Me. A fresh production crew out of Chicago. Out of Miami, and like their success after the situation is phenomenal. The things that get brought to their attention just because of a record like This Is Why I'm Hot, and I'm proud about that. Definitely.
Chattanooga, we're in the studio with my man Mimms. Hey, this brother is like I said, he's one of those new cats that's getting ready to make some things really happen, because you can always tell when you come out with one jam and then you come out with another jam that's just equal as the first jam. You got the jams.
We know. I got the jams. I got the jam. Who got the peanut butter?
Anything you would like to say to our city, man? Because like I said, we jammed off of that first one, and now we are really banging this new one too.
You know what? For me, it's just more of a respect factor. I know that I'm coming out of New York City, and I know, like we discussed before, New York hasn't really always been up front in the face especially when it comes to the South, especially when it goes to the Midwest and the West Coast. So I'm actually proud that I get the opportunity to represent myself, come up on air and vibe out with y'all, because that means y'all respect me as an artist. And it's not basically about where I'm from, but it's about the music I deliver. So that means a lot to me as an artist. And if y'all continue to support me, I'm gonna continue to show you love, whether I'm in New York, whether I'm in Bangladesh. It doesn't matter where I go. I'm gonna show everybody love.
Hey, do me one favor before we play this new real hot jam.
Okay.
You got to come back. You got to come hang with us, and you we got to take you somewhere so you can just rip it.
Yeah, we need to.
We got to do that.
Shout out to Rick Ross. The other Rick Ross.
Yeah, the other Rick Ross.
The other Rick Ross. We're going to make that happen.
All right, man. Because
Yes,
I know
indeed.
I'll stick with Ricky Ross, and he'll tell me what's up, man. All right, Mimms is in the house. Introduce your partner over there, man.
I got my business partner in the building. His name is Eric Mendelson. Obviously, one of the co-founders of a company called American King Music, which is the actual company that was created to market and promote my music.
Okay.
So pretty much, in layman's terms, it's like a record label or a production entity. And he alongside my other business partner, Corey Llewellyn, we basically had a vision of saying, look, man, and I'm not disrespecting the label. I'm signed to Capitol Records. I'm a major record label recording artist, but our mentality is always going to be that of an independent.
Right.
And to say, look, there's certain things that we got to be able to do on our own to facilitate my own career and not necessarily always wait on the label to come around, because I love the label.
Right.
But we have a respectful relationship where we know what we can do and we know what they can do.
And what they can do.
So for those business minded people out there, make sure when you get these when you start getting into this record industry, make sure that you really understand the business and get hook up with some people that got ideas from a marketing promotional side, that know the whole ventures of e-commerce and radio and television and things of that nature, because it's all in a way, shape, and form, it's all a business.
Man, what's so crazy? Everything you just said really about the business and respecting your record company, but also being independent. Ronnie DeVoe was in here yesterday from BBD.
Yeah.
And he was saying the same thing.
Yeah, well,
and they're at the part of their career now where it's just gone full spectrum. You see what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Because them brothers been on the tippy top.
Yeah.
And now they're understanding that my relationships have to come back into play now, and now he's going around just talking to everybody that they didn't get a chance to talk to.
You know what? And I want to. I respect their music like 100%. What I want to do is I want to be able to do that now as my career comes to a full blossom. I want to let the world know what it's really about, because I think there's a lot of false hope. Like a lot of kids think music is the end all be all. Man, I'm gonna become a musician and I'm gonna get 6 Bentleys and 600 houses around the country, and it's not the truth. It's like you got to work hard to survive, and you got to know the business. You have to know. Business, man. You got to know, because I'm gonna tell you, from a lot of artists' standpoint, there's no difference between being a hip hop superstar and working at McDonald's. I'm not discrediting anybody who works at McDonald's. What I'm saying is there's not that big of a difference if you don't understand the business.
That's right.
Definitely.
Man, that's beautiful, man. Thanks for that. That's the knowledge up in here. And all right, do me a favor, man.
Yes.
This thing is just tearing up everything. Go ahead on and hit up this new Mimms for me.
You already know what it is. It's your boy Mimms. Right now, we Power 94 out. And this right here is the new single, Move If You Wanna Move. We here. Mimms.
Mimms in the studio.